Joyful blessings. This is Kaylin Castell with a look at the August 30th, 2023 Perigee super full moon. Perigee meaning closest to the earth. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a moment. It's going to be in Pisces. So the theme for this full moon is dream weaving a new earth with love and compassion. Also, I'm going to talk about how this is not a true blue moon, though I know that many feel that it is a blue moon. It's a misunderstanding. And it is a more rare occurrence, so we'll talk a little bit more about that as we go along. So the August 30th full moon is going to be exact at 6:36 p.m. Pacific time, so you need to adjust for your time zone. And it's going to be around 7 degrees Pisces. You can see here's the moon at 7 Pisces 25. Here's the sun at 7 Virgo 25 at the exact full moon. And Saturn's very close to the moon. We're going to see that in a star map in a moment. So we really are dream weaving a new earth through the power of love and compassion for the sacredness of all life. Saturn is about matter or form or structure. So what we're dreaming into now can be brought into form. And it's about mother. Saturn is a feminine energy. So this full moon, very close to Saturn, it's like, how are we birthing our dreams into this reality? And how are we dream weaving a new earth? With the sun in Virgo, the Virgo energies really powerfully connect to the archetypal energy of Spider Woman, who weaves the web of this life. And you may have heard this song or poem of Spider Woman. She is there is a woman who weaves the night sky. See what she spins, how her fingers fly. She is the weaver, we are the web. She is the needle, we are the thread. And it goes on from there. But so with the sun in Virgo, we're really in this dream weaving place. Of course, the moon in Pisces is all about the dreaming. So dream weaving seems like the perfect imagery for this. And I came across the song, reminded of the song recently by Gary Wright, Dreamweaver. And I was inspired by the song. I was like feeling the dream weaving energy so strongly coming in. And then I recognized and saw and found this that this song by Gary Wright was inspired by the autobiography of a yogi Paramahansa Yogananda wrote way back when. That book inspired me so much when I was in my early 20s when I read that book. And apparently there's a poem there that I had forgotten. I'm going to have to go back and see if I can look that up, called God, God, God. And it made reference to the idea of the mind weaving dreams. So the expression dreamweaver was also popularized by John Lennon in 1970 in his song God, taken from his solo album, John Lennon Plastic Ono Band. And it depicts Lennon's declaration that he was the dreamweaver of the 60s, breaking away from the influences and dogmas that influenced his life. So I feel like these are all really amazing clues and insights that we can use during this full moon. And just to get the energy, I'm going to post the link to the song with the words in the show notes if you want to go watch or go listen to the song Dreamweaver. But here are the words. I've just closed my eyes again, climbed aboard the Dreamweaver train. Driver, take away my worries of today and leave tomorrow behind. Oh, Dreamweaver, I believe you can get me through the night. Oh, Dreamweaver, I believe we can reach the morning light. Fly me high through the starry skies, maybe to an astral plane. Cross the high fantasies, help me forget today's pain. Oh, Dreamweaver, I believe you can get me through the night. Oh, Dreamweaver, I believe we can reach the morning light. Through the dawn may be coming soon. Though the dawn may be coming soon, there still may be some time. Fly me away to the bright side of the moon. Meet me on the other side. Oh, Dreamweaver, I believe you can get me through the night. Oh, Dreamweaver, I believe we can reach the morning light. Dreamweaver, Dreamweaver. I would recommend that during this full moon window, so the day before, the day of, and the day after, to listen to the song, to dance to the song, to meditate on this song, and you will see how the whole astral piece will come in more as well. But it's just so amazing. So anyway, here we are. with an image of where the full moon is just shortly after it's risen above the horizon, this being the horizon line on August 30th. And it's rising in the constellation of the Water Bear. And I have shared a bit about this, even though the moon is in Pisces. Here's Saturn in Pisces also inside the constellation of the Water Bear. And the how the seasonal signs, Pisces, now overlays most of the Water Bear. And when we looked at the full moon on August 1st, we saw that the moon was in the goatfish, but it was in the sign of Aquarius. So how the seasonal signs and the constellations shift over time. And there is about a 25,980 year or 20 year, 920, anyway, it's almost 26,000 year. So it takes for each sign to move through each constellation. So the Water Bear is also known as Aquarius, and we can see here's an old depiction of the Water Bear pouring the waters out onto the earth. And many believe that the spring equinox is moving into the Water Bear. Now, the spring equinox is the 0 Aries point, or the marked equinox, I should say, because it's the fall equinox in the southern hemisphere. Anyway, so this is just another reminder that the constellation is not the same as the seasonal sign energy. The constellation has its own energy. The seasonal signs have their own energy, and they interact, and that's what creates evolution over time. And one of the things that's really cool is that this full moon is going to be near a star called Scat, located at 9 Pisces. So it's within a couple of degrees of that star, and you can see it in the constellation here. And also it looks like it's on the shin of the Water Bear. Now, also the Water Bear has been depicted as feminine in the Star Tarot card, and pouring water into the water and pouring water onto the land. And so it just feels like this is something else that you can tune into. If you're into the tarot, you might want to tune into that. Scat is the 3rd brightest star in the Water Bear and is rising about 20 minutes after the moon rises on the full moon day. And this star has the ability to stimulate the heart chakra and also the chakras, the minor chakras that are located in the palms of our hand, and is soothing to the astral body. So in the song, Dreamweaver, it was talking about the astral, going to the astral realm. So this feels so connected, like just blowing my mind just to think about it. So for those desiring to use the astral body for a deeper communication in a dream state, a natural strengthening or more healthful sleep will take place. This comes from Starlight Elixirs about the star Scat. And Starlight Elixirs and Cosmic Vibrational Healing, a powerful book that has been just so informative about one of the ways we can work with the stars. So if you go out and watch that full moon rise and then see the star Scat rise not long afterwards, or even if you don't see it because the moon's so bright it might dim it out, you can tune into knowing that it's in that part of the sky and that it's there for you to utilize these energies and to stimulate that heart chakra, to stimulate the astral body, soothe the astral body, to go into a deeper communication in a dream state, dream weaving a new reality. So I love how all this comes together and is so powerful. Now, here's another image on August 29th. Here's where the moon will be on the edge of the goatfish they call Capricornus, but we call the goatfish or the sea goat. And then the next night, so then between August 29th, the night of August 29th and the night of August 30th, the moon's going to pass directly by Saturn, and then will be still very close to Saturn as it's rising on the night of the 30th. So again, working with the Saturn energy to help anchor those dreams into physical form and reality. Such a powerful full moon that we're coming into. Now, just a reminder for those who maybe haven't seen videos I've done on this before, the Perigee full moon is when the moon is closest to the Earth. So here's the moon's orbit around the Earth. And when it's at perigee, it's very close to the Earth. And when it's at apogee, it's very far from the Earth. So we have this perigee full moon happening. We've had two already. July 3rd was the first one. August 1st is the second one. August 30th is the third one. There'll be a fourth one on September 29th. What happens with the perigee moon, or super moon, as they like to call it, is it's bigger when it's rising. So seeing the moon rise is powerful. I've gotten to see the last two perigee full moons rise, and it's been just stunning and magical and amazing. And it's bigger, it's brighter, and it has a greater impact on the Earth's magnetic field, affecting the weather, higher tides, things like that are more activated and animated and illuminated because the moon is brighter as it's coming up as well. So again, I will post this link in the show notes if you want to go find out when the moon is rising. So here, moonrise is at 7:03 p.m. where I live. So you put in your place, your country, your state, your town, whatever. But also know that your horizon line will affect when you see that moon rise. So I have mountains often in the east, and so sometimes the time that it's rising is a little bit later for me where I'm looking east. And this is telling you when the moon's going to set as well. So the moon rise, and then the next night it's rising about a half hour later. That's very typical. The night before it's rising a little bit, about 35 minutes, maybe not quite 35 minutes before the night of the full moon rise. But getting to see the moon rise these nights could be pretty cool. Now, on August 30th, the sunset is at 6:50 p.m. and the moonrise is at 7:03 p.m. So the sun is setting around the time the moon is rising, and that is the definition of a full moon. Now, you don't always get to see it because sometimes the full moon is exact in the middle of the day, but the exact full moon is at 6:36 p.m. So this is a very amazing piece. And also you can use the moonrise moonset calculator and turn it into a sunrise sunset calculator. And I've given the dates, the times here for the 3 days surrounding the exact, the day before, the day of, and the day after, the 3 days of the exact full moon energy. So pretty cool. Now, 2 full moons in a calendar month happens every 3 years or so, but it's not the original definition of a blue moon. What is a true blue moon? Well, the original definition is when there's 4 full moons in a season, and there are often 2 full moons in the same sign, but they won't be in the same month. So there was a misunderstanding that happened, and Sky and Telescope, I think, was the one that published the 2 full moons in a month being a blue moon way back in the 40s or something, and then they retracted it later, but by then it had caught on, so everybody feels like it's a true blue moon, or it's a blue moon, and they call it a blue moon, and they act like it's a blue moon, and it could be that it's a blue moon. So, you know, it doesn't mean the moon is blue, it just means it's not happening all that often. And again, a true blue moon happens in about the same amount of time, but just in different years than 2 full moons in a calendar month. So I think we'll have a true blue moon next year, and I'll probably do a video on that. And I'll put a video that explains more about the true blue moon in the show note links that you can watch if you haven't seen it, so you can get the full download on that. So I just thought this was a fun quote. Once in a blue moon, life will blow you a rarity, and it will leave you with astonishment. And that can happen anytime. We don't have to have the true blue moon definition happening. It can happen anytime. And I feel like from that perspective, this full moon rising with the star scat, or very near the star scat, very near Saturn, and also perigee, closest to the Earth, is one of the most powerful, amazing, rare experiences of a full moon that we can have to dreamweave a new reality, to dreamweave the new Earth in whatever way really works for us. And I think in Pisces, it's saying to dreamweave it from the place of love and compassion. So with that, if you're, I will again put additional articles and videos in the show notes. If you want to get, if you're not already a subscriber, if you want to get notified when I'm posting a new video, please, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. And then also, if you want to know more about the zodiacal constellations and the difference between signs and constellations and how the seasonal signs are moving through them and what that means, you can check out our class on the zodiacal constellations at mystaralchemy.com. So here's to a fabulous new moon experience.